Tennessee's Wild Side, broadcast for nearly 2 decades, was originally created through a vision of the Jackson Foundation. The foundation remains a supportive partner in the mission to educate viewers about wildlife, natural resources, and opportunities for outdoor adventure. Tennessee's Wild Side is produced in association with Rockwater TV.
For most people, nature photography is not a dangerous adventure. We know accidents happen, but our friends from Ablevoices Photography Club try not to take any unnecessary risks in their outings. We introduced them to you in a previous season of Wild Side, discovering at the time they are some of the happiest people we've ever met. And so we decided maybe we all need to spend more time with them.
Oh, it's so cool.
The very cool and legendary Ruskin Cave.
Here we go!
A convoy of golf carts.
On your mark, get set, back.
A sparkling, free-flowing creek.
We're going to take pictures with cameras.
All snapshots describing this day for members of the Ablevoices Photography Club. They're visiting the historic Ruskin property in Dickson County. But the primary focus is hummingbirds.
If you put your camera up here and see that feeder out there by the sunflowers, there's a ton of them.
A specially prepared camera camo makes it easier for photographers to hide their movements from the hungry hummers that come here every year to enjoy the fruits of multiple feeders.
It was a hole, this big hole, and you can look in the hole, and you can see like hummingbirds.
They're not coming to this one as much, but they do. Oh, yeah, you got it.
Yeah, that's my
girl.
This is Elizabeth. She was my favorite teacher ever, and just seeing her smile a lot and laugh, it's just amazing how she just loves all of us and how she loves like Ablevoices. And it's good she was here today.
See that one out there by the sunflowers? That one's just covered. Can your camera reach out there at all?
Elizabeth Ratliff is a professional photographer, but her purpose is purely personal in volunteering to teach young adults with such life challenges as autism and Down syndrome.
My son was diagnosed with autism about 2 years ago. And immediately I hit the ground running, reading everything, watching everything, just wanting to learn as much as I could to navigate life for him as fast as I could. And I was so fortunate to stumble upon Ablevoices, learning that it's a photography club for young adults with disabilities, because I'm a photographer myself, so it seemed like the perfect hybrid of everything I need.
And clearly, these young artists have been learning a lot about taking good pictures.
Whenever I look for the lens, I'm always very, very patient and wait for the perfect time to take the photo. Like for the hummingbirds, I knew they were fast, so I put my camera into sports mode where the motion stops.
But an outing like this for the Ablevoices Photography Club is not just about such things as shutter speed, aperture, focus, and depth of field. It's an adventure that offers an opportunity for discovery.
I have felt from the beginning of this journey myself that photography has probably got to be one of the best hobbies for anyone on the spectrum, because typically autistics and people, some with disabilities, can struggle socially. It can just be stressful in situations that you're not familiar with, and photography is such a great way to integrate into a group or into a situation that you're really not very familiar or comfortable with, because you can easily hide behind a camera and have nobody bother you. It's also a great conversation piece. If you do want to start talking to someone, you know, oh, look at this picture I got, or it's a great conversation piece, and it's a great way to connect with each other, to see how you saw the same thing differently than I did, or look how you got that shot differently than I did. And you can see it in this group when they're all connecting over their pictures. It's like magic.
It's just so wonderful that they have these opportunities to go see different places, different things that they wouldn't normally have in life, and then to share their talents and have other people see what they're doing and see how much they can do and not put them in a little box.
We've been to many locations, and it's my first time here, and so far I'm enjoying it because of the history.
The cave in this land at one time provided a home for a utopian society. It later became the site of a university campus.
Part of what we do is getting out in the community and going to places where they can not only photograph, you know, amazing scenery, animals, but also to learn about the environment. So just learning about this property, Ruskin Cave, and how it started out as a utopian society, and the history right here that we have in Tennessee that is so unique and interesting. I'm just so appreciative to get to experience that myself and for these guys.
Finally, Yellow Creek offers a cooling off period and one more place for learning.
Oh, the creek is amazing. So many of our photographers they had no problem getting in there. Some of them didn't have water shoes, but they just took off their shoes and went right in there with the rocks, and were exploring and finding fossils and different types of rock.
I found a fossil.
They're very curious, and that is something that I really encourage and I really try to instill in these guys, because in order to be a good photographer, you really want to explore the world around you, and you really want to notice those little details because they can be the subject of a picture.
It's been the greatest gift for me to, not just as a parent, but just for me as a person, as a photographer. I have so much fun with them. Now I find myself doing it, it's not even about Aaron anymore. It's about just me getting to know this club, and I can't imagine not being involved anymore. They're so much fun.
Tennessee's Wild Side has been a presentation of the Jackson Foundation in association with Rockwater TV.